The NBA wasn't always the global juggernaut it is today. Before billion-dollar TV deals, signature sneakers, and superstars' Instagram accounts, there was a time when the league was teetering on the edge of irrelevance. A league that was, in Charles Barkley's words, too black, too many drugs, and not making any money.
Before Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, the league was too black, too thuggery. The average salary was $200,000.
It's a jarring statement, but if you ask the legends of the game, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and yes, Charles Barkley himself, they'll tell you that's the reality of the NBA in the late 1970s. And today, we're going to talk about how two men saved it all.
Magic Johnson and Larry Bird are the two most important figures in NBA history.
Let's rewind to the late 70s. The NBA was struggling, attendance was low, playoff games were aired on tape delay. That's right, people couldn't even watch the games live. The league was battling a drug epidemic. Cocaine use was rampant. Player arrests weren't uncommon. The league didn't just have an image problem, it had a credibility problem. To put it bluntly, many white middle-class Americans had tuned out. There was a racial stigma, a fear that the league was being overrun by thugs, as Barkley recounted in a brutally honest interview with Stephen A. Smith. And sponsors, well, they weren't lining up to partner with a league that felt chaotic and unpredictable. This is the NBA Magic Johnson and Larry Bird walked into. But in 1979, something magical literally happened. Two rookies entered the league, one black, one white. Both legends in the making. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird didn't just bring talent, they brought narrative. They had history, they had beef, they had college rivalry. Their clash in the 1979 NCAA championship between Michigan State and Indiana State was the most watched college basketball game of all time. And when they entered the NBA, they brought that momentum with them. They were competitors, but they were also saviors. Suddenly, NBA games were worth watching again. Not just for the dunks and the scores, but for the stories. Bird and Magic represented something bigger. They were personalities, they were TV stars, they were must-see basketball. From 1980 to 1989, either the Lakers or the Celtics appeared in every single NBA Finals. Think about that. And at the heart of those dynasties, Magic and Bird. They changed the game, not just with skill, but with style. Larry Bird played with grit, IQ, and that signature trash talk. Magic? He was joy personified. His smile, his no-look passes, it was basketball as entertainment. Together, they created rivalry-driven basketball at a level the NBA hadn't seen. They legitimized the league for the average viewer. White fans had Larry, black fans had Magic, and more importantly, they had each other. David Stern, the NBA's young commissioner, saw the opportunity. He built marketing campaigns around these two. Bird and Magic became household names. They were on posters, magazine covers, and commercials. And as the league's image improved, so did its money. Barkley said when he entered the league in 1984, the average salary was $250,000. By the end of the decade, stars were signing million-dollar deals. The NBA was becoming a business, a brand, and Bird and Magic were the faces. Fast forward to today, the league is a multi-billion-dollar empire. TV rights, sponsorships, streaming deals, international fan bases, and Charles Barkley can't help but notice something. Players today are getting rich off what Bird and Magic built. And Barkley's frustrated that many don't seem to realize it. He says players today compete for money, not greatness. That they load manage, they extend careers, and they lean on analytics and agents to justify not playing every night. And he's not entirely wrong.
These guys, I just hope they appreciate how lucky they are and stop this BS with load management. You know, we can't keep crapping on the fans where we're like, you're making $70 million. You can't play basketball 4 days a week. You can't work 2 days in a row.
While we've seen incredible talent in the LeBron, Curry, and KD era, there's also a sense of entitlement, a lack of urgency, a belief that the lifestyle is guaranteed just for showing up. Barkley sees that as an insult to the work Magic and Bird put in. They played hurt. They played back-to-backs. They didn't load manage. They loved the game and they played like it. People love to criticize the modern NBA. They complain it's too soft, too friendly, too corporate. But let's also stop for a moment and appreciate the progress. Today, when a player like Ja Morant is involved in gun-related controversy, it's headline news. It results in a suspension, public apologies, ramifications. That wouldn't have happened in the 1970s. Back then, those behaviors were swept under the rug, or worse, they were expected. The NBA today may be sanitized, but it's also professional. The league has done an incredible job of cleaning up its image. And while they don't always get it perfect, the steps forward are real. It's a league built on marketing, discipline, and public trust. And that's because of what Bird and Magic started. What we're witnessing isn't the decline of basketball, it's evolution. Just like the NBA evolved from chaos to order in the 80s, it's now evolving from street ball to strategy, from raw talent to data-driven precision. The game looks different, but it's better. Pace and space, three-point shooting, positionless play. Players are more skilled, more versatile, and more intelligent than ever. Yes, we miss the physicality, the rivalries, the grittiness of the 80s and 90s, but don't let nostalgia blind you. This league, today's NBA, is the product of natural revolution. One that started with two men, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. We can't overstate it. If Magic and Larry hadn't arrived when they did, we may not even have an NBA today. Their rivalry didn't just entertain, it rescued. Their greatness didn't just inspire, it rebuilt. They didn't play for the money, they played for the legacy, and Charles Barkley is right to remind us of that. So the next time you complain about today's NBA, remember what it used to be, a league on life support, and remember who gave it new life. Two legends, two rivals, two saviors, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. If you enjoyed this deep dive into NBA history, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Do you agree with Charles Barkley? Did Magic and Bird truly save the NBA even from itself? Let's talk about it. My name is Damian Peters, this is Basketball Network, and we'll see you in the next one.